Today's episode of the Protect You podcast is sponsored by Game One. Looking to elevate your game? At Game One, we come alongside your team to provide custom uniforms, apparel, and equipment built for performance and delivered with unmatched service. Plus, our online team and fan stores make it easy for athletes and parents to get custom gear anytime, anywhere. Visit game-1.com today because your team deserves the best. Welcome on in, everybody, to another episode of the Protect You podcast. I am Jake Wilson, as always, joined by the man, Jay Mickens. Jay, very excited to dive into this one because we have another jam-packed show with interviews, articles, and, of course, more offers coming in for the Protect You crew.
Yeah, brother. But hey, take a quick second. Do you smell that, Jake?
I think I do, Jay. What is it? What is
football
it?
season?
Yes, it is.
Football season is getting so close. We're in August. High school football starting at the end of the month. Super excited. Best part of the year, right? I think the greatest thing for me for having the World Cup is that it helped speed up, right? Kind of we pushed through a little bit, June and July, and now here we are, right? We're in the heart of August, a few weeks out, ready to watch some of our guys ball out, and obviously got another guest in the studio, right? Good thing he's a late starter. I'm glad he's in a school district where they start another, I think, week later or something. So, but no, definitely excited, man. And yeah, can't wait to kick this thing off.
Absolutely. We got a lot coming in this direction. Obviously, we got to talk about a lot of the things that we have coming up, big time events, but all in due time, folks, as we roll into the Protection United podcast. And we'll start out here by talking about a recent development here, and that was the Dave Campbell's article featuring none other than yourself, Jay, where you had a tremendous opportunity to not only advocate, but talk about the smarter practices that can go into making the NIL negotiation process more equal for both the schools as well as the athletes. Shout outs to the tremendous author for this article, of course, our guy, Carter Yates, where they were talking about the landscape and ways to fight essentially against, not necessarily the machine, but trying to fight against a lot of the stigma and a lot of those negative associations with agents in the NIL world now.
Yeah, no, definitely appreciate Carter reaching out. They have been working on a story as he was sharing with me, and wanted to get insight from the high school side of things, from coaches as well as the college coaches. Originally, article from what he was saying was going to be, multiple agencies that they were going to interview. So it was going to be more of just a quote here and a quote there to build a story. And so definitely was shocked, but honored, that we were the only agency that was like listed in the entire article, and kind of, talked about the things of the world of NIL. Still a lot of confusion out there. I think some people are still kind of not sure they like it, or should they like it, the pros and cons of it. But, definitely was huge for us, I would say, here at Protection United to, have, someone like Dave Campbell, wanting to do an article on it.
Say, before we dive deeper into a lot of the questions that I have about this article specifically, just tell me, man, how cool of an experience was that of having somebody like Dave Campbell's reach out to you and be like, Jay, we want to get your perspective on what this process looks like.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously everyone that's here from, Texas just knows that it doesn't get any bigger than Dave Campbell. But, nationwide, I know there's some, especially the bordering states, like they know how big that is. And yeah, it's a huge honor. I mean, it was so exciting. It was, let's just say that it was hard to sleep the night before after Carter sent the article for me to proofread and make sure that he got everything right, knowing that it was going to be going out the next morning. But I think, it just kind of solidifies, our place in this new world of, NIL agency. And yeah, man, like I'm normally not a guy's lost for words, but I don't know even what to say to like truly give, right?
Give that emotional piece. I totally understand what you're talking about.
Still getting chill bumps now, right? Just even talking about it.
No, because you're talking about that too. I mean, that's the first paragraph all the way down for I think the next 7-ish paragraphs is talking about not just Protection United, but talking about your journey as well of having to navigate that early process of where NIL back then when Jalen and when DJ were getting recruited is very different to the way it looks now. And I think one of the best pieces that it drives home, that you drove home in one of your quotes, was talking about why it's so important for athlete agents these days to have accreditation, to have those licenses. Because as those regulations start to come forward and more schools start to focus more on, are you an accredited agent? Do you have those licenses ready to go? I love that you were able to drive home the importance of an agency backing an athlete that has all of that stuff essentially in their back pocket, ready to go at a moment's notice.
Yeah, and some people say that we were, ahead of the curve on that. And some people probably were thinking that, oh, that's not needed, right? But with my background, me coming from corporate America, me dealing with financial contracts for the past 25 years, I just felt like, I had to have, insurance, right? I had to have liability insurance. I had to, have my credentials in place
Yep.
because I'm negotiating millions and millions of dollars for other companies, right? And so my mindset was always, it's got to be the same thing here, right? I mean, when you're dealing with athletes that are making, you know, a lot of money, and you're going to be the guy to negotiate, make sure everything is done the right way, why not? So, Derek wasn't that happy when he saw how much money was having to come out of the bank account, right, in order for that to happen. But, I just kind of told him, if we're going to do this the right way, we got to do it the right way, right?
Absolutely. And Carter gives a lot of credit to that as well by saying, quote, becoming a licensed agent is a gargantuan undertaking, end quote. And you go into elaborate on that further. It's a full-time process to go through. You mentioned talking about thirty to $40,000 to get licensed in all of these states, filling out the paperwork that isn't just 2 pages, it's 10 pages. It's a process. You have to have references. You have to do an FBI background check. Can you tell me a little bit too about why that was one of the things you wanted to emphasize? Tell us a little bit more about why, of those speaking points, of all of the things about being an athlete agent, you wanted to drive home the legitimacy piece of it all.
Yeah, for the financial piece, just because it's the educational piece for somebody that might want to get into space, right? I mean, we can't represent everybody, and just like how I'm getting to live my dream, I know other people might have the same aspirations. So me kind of putting that out of like, hey, I mean, and you don't have to do all the states that we did, right? But
Mhm.
there is a financial commitment there for sure. Um, and then the FBI background check. I mean, that was funny a little bit because I didn't know it was going to take 3+ hours to do that. Like when I say that you have to do every finger, but then you got to do everything, and if you don't put it down the right way or it doesn't match, you got to start all over. And I just thought I would just give them a social security number.
It's like
They run
like
it
you're
through
doing
the
your TSA
database.
pre-check.
Right. They're just like, okay, he's good. Right. But yeah, I really wanted to bring that out just because I remember that Saturday. It's a Saturday I'll never forget because I'm like, this is taking forever.
Mhm.
Right. And they just go through a lot, in order to get that done. And so, just kind of wanted people to know that if you truly want this, there's a commitment, right? It's a
Absolutely.
real commitment to it.
And I appreciate too that Carter goes on to elaborate after you've given your points of talking about how college contracts are significantly smaller than you see at the professional levels for the most part. And there is no federal regulation on how much an agent can charge those athletes. And so you're seeing a lot of those unlicensed agents, those aunts and those uncles, those moms and those pops that are coming out and saying, I do have your son's best interest in mind, but then they're taking a lot more than they should. And it's because they can essentially play into those manipulative environment that we're sitting in right now. But I love, Jay, that you were talking about go do the research on who you want to represent your kid. Go in and do the research about, are they accredited? Do they have the strong financial backing? Do they have the experience in this world to go into that negotiation process without taking advantage of your son or your daughter at the next level? So you having that advocacy piece, I think, really strengthens the call for reform, regulation, and a little bit of insight as well into what this world is really about.
Yeah, and I'm sure this article upset a good number of people, right? Because they're like, "Crap! Like, I got a good thing going on here, and I don't have to have all these licenses and all the things. But I think with the commission, on the NCAA level, starting to crack down,
Yes.
right? I mean, you're starting to see a lot of general managers, get put on administrative leave, right, for certain things, and a lot of it is, NIL related. Most universities are starting to ask those questions, right? CJ Jackson, he got on campus at Kansas State, and I remember the first couple of weeks, like he had to fill out,
Hmm.
hey, who's your agent? And then they asked, what was my agent number? Right. So, of course, Madison was able to get all that information over to him. LSU reaches out, Louisiana Tech. I mean, and I think that was another one, right? You have La Tech where my kid is at, and they're basically, Jalen's like, Dad, they're saying you can't represent me if you don't have your Louisiana license by August 31st. Once again, was able to get it to him because we were already set up, right, for success there. But I wasn't worried about people being upset, right? Because people are going to be in their feelings. Everybody's going to vote from the seat that they're sitting in. If you want to stay in this world, it was going to happen no matter what. Me putting it out in the article, or you wait another 3 to 6 months to where then it's going to be mandated, because these universities now are seeing a lot of these athletes are getting taken advantage of, right?
Yes.
Even being out at Utah, they were impressed with the way we were set up for the same reason, because they've actually run agents off because they're telling their athletes, hey, like this guy's taking advantage of you, or this guy doesn't have his license. But my main point in this article that I wanted to get out was just that educational piece, right? Whether you sign up with Protection United or anybody else, like I truly want, these parents to understand the questions that you need to ask, right? Ask for those credentials. Ask, hey, my son is getting recruited in schools in California, schools in Texas, schools in Florida, Georgia. Do you have a license there, right? I think you were on one of the emails, right, with another young man that we just started representing, that we'll be making a big announcement, right, next week about. But remember, go through that, right?
Yes.
They wanted to see, and how comforting from a parent perspective when they ask for your licenses, and then within 5 minutes you send them, 12 of your licenses of the states that they wanted to see,
Yeah.
that you're able to actually negotiate deals in, right? And that's where the success has been for us, but most importantly, being able to show these parents, right? And that's what, when we go talk to these schools, right? The
Hmm.
same concept, right? Letting the parents know this is what you should ask for, because at the end of the day, the most important asset to a parent is going to be their child.
Absolutely, man. Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, again, thank you to Dave Campbell, and a great thank you goes out to Carter Yates for the exposure in this article and the great opportunity to talk about the regulations in the NIL world. I'd like to remind everybody that this next segment is sponsored by Warp Stream. Every athlete has great moments. The difference is what you do with them. Warp Stream puts a complete highlight studio in your pocket. Create polished highlights using player tracking, slow motion replay, music, titles, and professional editing tools, all from your phone in just minutes. Whether it's Friday night football, a tournament championship, a camp, or your off-season training, you can capture the moments that matter and turn them into highlights that you are proud of. So the faster that you can create, the easier it is to stay consistent throughout your season. At Protection United, we believe everything creates opportunity. Warp Stream helps you present that presentation at its very best. Own your story. Create, showcase, and share. Learn more at www.warp.stream. That is www.warp.stream, or scan the QR code here on screen. And we are back in the studio here once more to bring in our guy, Chase King. Chase, thank you for taking the time and joining us in here, man, to talk about more offers coming in, as well as a little bit of discussion that we like to have.
Yeah, no, fired up. I think Marshawn Lynch said it best. I'm here so I don't get fired.
Yeah, there it is, man. Hey, your favorite part of your job is coming on this podcast. No, we know you like to be a man behind the scenes, but definitely always appreciate you complaining in the green room, but then you come on the set, baby, and you turn it on. Beer game looking on point too, dog.
I had
gotta
to. I
throw that
got
out.
wedding coming up, things coming up.
Yeah.
I had to step it up a little bit.
And Jake makes fun of us that we go get our beards cut.
Got to. I'm getting close to you if I take my hat off.
I know.
Only thing I'm getting cut here soon.
Yeah. But it's important to have that beard game on
Right.
point,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, 100%.
Looking good, Chase. Glad that you're back. How was vacay?
You're good.
Good?
Still getting out of it, taking it, you get a little, it takes about a week to get back adjusted, everything, but no, it was good. See family, get back and refreshed.
I know. Love it.
Nice.
Man, his whole family knows me. They were at a dinner and I work for Jay Mickens. He said like 12 people were going nuts. He tried to FaceTime me, but I don't know what I was doing, but I missed it. But cannot wait to get back. Big shout out to the Martin family.
Yep.
Get to see the Jay Mickens fan club growing slowly
Yeah,
but
man,
surely.
if you're nice to people and you do people right, Jay,
Absolutely. Hey,
you leave a great impression.
say give a little love, get a little love back.
Hey. I can't. Hey, it's a family show. Keep it clean. Moving on.
Anyway, Chase, we always bring you on here because you have that tremendous insight as to what those athletes are going to be looking like when they make it to the collegiate ranks. And we are very excited to announce that we have hit 28 straight weeks of offers coming in for members of the Protect You crew. I'm excited to just hear that number continue to grow
Dog.
even more. I thought we'd hit
crazy.
something when we got to the half year mark.
Yeah.
Now it's like, shoot, we're knocking on the door.
Don't let us get into the season.
Oh man, then it's just rolling.
Yeah, we're going to a year at that point.
It's just rolling from there.
Yes.
I mean, dude.
Big time offers, big time programs coming in for even more members of the Protect You crew, I might add. It's not just hearing the same guys over and over, although we do have a couple of guys that continue to bring in more offers.
Yeah.
But I love hearing the different names that continue to come in under the Protect You banner. Let's start out here by heading over to San Antonio and talking about one of the biggest recruits in the state of Texas for his class. That is our guy, Jay Storm Knight, as he recently picked up an offer from the University of Houston. And on top of that was also center of an article written up as well by Leanne Herring. Shout outs to them. And also, again, congratulations to our guy Storm.
Yeah, dude, I'm going to go ahead and check the tape now, Jake, and correct you in the moment. You're one of the biggest recruits in the nation, not just the state of Texas, baby. A storm is brewing. We've been talking about that for a year and a half now. It's starting to come to fruition.
Yes.
I mean,
33?
dude.
Is it? I think that's what Mama said.
Yeah. Oh, and Mama be on it. Mama be
Don't
on
get the
it.
number wrong.
Hey,
That's why I'm going.
I know. Nicole be on it. They ain't got it right. Yeah, but 33 offers, Chase. I mean, bro, and this kid is still growing. He's still young, and he's got 2 years of high school left.
It's crazy. It's crazy to see. I mean, the ceiling, I don't know where to go from here, but I want to say he's just scratching it, but he's got everybody in the nation. Maybe re-offers. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna have the pick of the litter, obviously.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So congratulations to him. Now let's bring it back over here to this North Houston area for a couple of College Park guys. And we'll start out with James Cabarrus as he picked up an offer from the University of Texas, El Paso, UTEP, trying to get another great DB. And look at that, man. 13 offers coming in for James. Couldn't be happier for you, man.
Yep. Coach Sigler, just one of the great guys I know. Worked with him at UTEP for a while, but played at Alabama. Got a little rivalry there when we played at Tennessee. So we talk a little crap back and forth, but absolute great guy. Young DC, Kyle Byer, first time being a DC this year at FBS level, but did it at NAI level for years, won championships. Energetic guy. You'll hear about him soon.
Wow, man. So, to not create some drama here, but I mean, does UTEP have a chance to flip Cabarrus?
Yeah.
Are you wanting to plead the fifth here, Chase?
I think they may have a chance. Mountain West money.
I know. You're like, I plead the fifth, but yes.
Yeah.
Moving on. Congratulations to James.
James.
Congratulations on making that 13 D1 offers for you, man. That number is just staggering. Congrats on that. And let's keep it rolling here with the College Park love with our guy Duke Stevens as he picked up an offer from Florida A&M. One of the coolest logos, one of the coolest color combos in all of college football. Congratulations on that offer, Duke. We're very happy for you, man.
What is Florida A&M? The Rattlers?
I think so.
Or Cobras?
Rattlers. You had it right. Yeah.
Big J said it. That is kind of cool.
Yeah, they do have some cool helmets. I mean, you see them right there.
Ooh.
The orange, green,
matte
and
black.
black.
Yeah. Oh, that's clean. That is clean.
But no, Duke, great, great kid. Put all, he's one of those kids that, been kind of waiting for this moment to come and just put all the work in the summer. Went to camps. We had 10, 15 camps this summer. So I know he's excited to get this and just build on that going into the season.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Congratulations to all of the members of the Protect You crew that brought in offers from the most recent weeks. Let's talk just a little bit more here about a discussion that we wanted to have within the studio of discussing the importance of where you play. A lot of people always talk about, especially in the state of Texas, going and wanting to play for the big time schools. We're talking about the DeSotos, the Duncanvilles, the South Lake Carrolls of the world. But one of the biggest things that we want to emphasize is the importance of play. Going to a place in a position where you will have that opportunity to play and put out some really solid game day footage. And so, gentlemen, I'll open the floor here to the discussion between the both of y'all. And Jay, I honestly want to start with you of talking a little bit here from the agent perspective of why does visibility through playing time matter for an up and coming athlete?
I mean, it's everything, right? I mean, you first, it doesn't matter if you're a 2-star or if you're a 5-star. I mean, like you literally need to be able to go put up film, and I think, my best 2 examples really are the first 2 clients we've ever had here, right? Because, and we can start with the king himself, DJ Lagway, right? I mean, he was a 3-star and then he was a 4-star, but it was tough to get that 5th star. Now, if he doesn't get that 5th star, does he win National Gatorade Player of the Year? You get what I'm saying? So like there's different levels, right, to this. But and then obviously, right, I mean, we go down and talk, about Jalen, 5'9" receiver, can get lost in the sauce super easy, right? And how do you go get set up? If he stays at the school that he was at in middle school where they are predominantly run, the coach literally said that he wasn't good enough to play receiver for him at a 5A small school, and that he wanted him to play corner because they already had their guys. So now you're dealing with the guy that clearly doesn't even know how to gauge and grade talent, right? So then I get him over to a Willis High School, right, at the right time, right? 9th grade, nobody knows. You move, do everything the right way, but you don't have to worry about the scrutiny, big eyes on you because you blew up at another school and now you're trying to move to go form a super squad, right? And so getting him there, him catching a ton of balls, that got more eyes on him, right? And so that visibility is crucial.
Absolutely. And Chase, now I'll toss it over to you from the coach's perspective and those guys that are going to be making the decisions at the collegiate level. How important is it to have that reliable game footage to recruit and to look at an athlete's evaluation?
Well, simply it's tangible, right? You can see it, you can touch it, you can watch it. The biggest thing, the mindset change from coming from coaching was just always, spot the ball will find you. Doesn't matter where you are, but being more involved with UIL on this side and kind of experiencing, all these different kids transferring and all that, it's kind of opened my eyes a little bit of, to your point, Jay, the visibility aspect, having those extra eyes from a Lagway or finding that right system, ahead of time rather than trying to find it your junior, senior year. But to your point, from a college perspective, the more film you have on tape, the more we can evaluate, the more we can, project and, coach you up and find things that, are good, bad, and the ugly to kind of get you to that next level and really place you in that right fit.
Yeah. And then Chase, I think too, bro, like when you have a DJ Lagway or like a Justin Williams, right? Justin's like a freaking alien out there running around. It doesn't matter what school he's playing. He could be playing at a 1A Texas football. He could be playing 8-on-8 football. You're going to recruit a kid like that, right? But from the coach's perspective, like I know that if kids weren't in the system and they weren't in somewhere where they could shine, right? Those guys that are now in that bigger bucket of a bunch of kids and how do we separate them? Like, how did y'all even go through that process?
It's a longer process. It's a little ladder. It's more of a projection, more of, hey, we think we can get this guy here. We think, so it's more of a chance, I guess. It's not more surefire. You're more of kind of putting a risk out there. Well, he's got the measurables, but we can add this weight. Can we turn him into this rather than a Justin Williams where it's already, done deal.
For sure.
Kind of like plug and play.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're kind of taking a chance, and then we've done it with some kids. I don't want to name drop, but we've done it with some kids at UTEP, and now they're at bigger schools now. 2 years later, they put the weight on, and nobody was looking at them before, but that projection turned into what we thought it would be.
For sure, for sure. And Chase, I love that you illustrated the point as well of looking ahead in your young athlete's journey. Jay, you also hit on that a little bit too. Of we know that there are still top flight athletes, whether that's in the state of Texas or anywhere else in the country, but specifically in the state of Texas, you have those top flight guys that are still attracting offers, even though their transfer from one school to the other has been blocked by the UIL. But not everybody has that luxury. Not every athlete has that opportunity to just say, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring and try transferring from one school to the next, and I know I'm going to get offers no matter what. Not everybody can do that. So, Jay, I'll toss this over to you here to discuss how soon should somebody, whether that's a parent or a legal guardian, be looking into their potential future as a high school program for their young athletes?
Yeah, no, and and I'm actually in a friendly debate now, right? And the Texas high school football group that I'm honored to be one of the admins in. But in this Facebook group, I mean, it's the whole is parents in there, and
Mhm.
that's one of the conversations. I've always said the most two important things that you need to do. You need to do it as early as middle school football. You need to go find because UIL, even if you move and they feel like you've done it for athletic purposes, you're just getting blocked from playing varsity football. You still can play freshman ball. You still can play JV. So if you're an eighth grader,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
good,
yeah.
right? It's the old 365 rule, right? And then at that point, you're already in the school and they can't stop you, right? The second, and this is the very most important thing to do, and move in silence. It freaking just completely bogs my mind how people make these damn posts.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm hitting the portal.
Graphic and all AI graphic.
I'm taking my talents. Like, what are you doing? You're a junior in high school. You haven't even got everything cleared, and you're making this big announcement. You got dads going on podcasts, telling the story, and they think because they moved from a different state that everything is all good. Like, you don't know UIL. UIL is another version of IRS.
It's one of the. I mean, it's blown my mind from being on this side. The college, you don't really deal with it too much, but just seeing all the, all the what you're talking about, the strictness, the holding people actually doing their job, essentially that you kind of don't see on the NCAA level as much. Kind of they take it serious.
Mhm.
It's different here. And,
It is,
yeah.
right? I mean, and we'll get into this conversation, I know, next week, but I mean, and also it's why Texas is still one of 5 states that don't even allow NIL because they're trying to control it because they know that football in this state is a religion.
Yeah.
Like people have literally stopped going to church with people because of a high school football game. That is a true story.
Yeah.
I know people. I've heard those stories, and I'm like, wow, you're not going to be on the deacon board anymore because of what happened on Friday night.
Yeah.
But yeah, that part of it, Jake, is important.
Now, do you think the posting and all that's trickling down from the college level because the transfer portal, they see these kids doing this?
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, I think the whole keeping up with the Joneses and all that, definitely. But I just think it's stupid.
I'm with
right.
you. Yeah.
You need to move in silence. You need to move the right way. Don't try to work the system. Move your family
Physically,
into the district and do what you need to do and handle your business the right way and then go ball out, right? Because by the time people saw Jalen balling out with Lagway, then all of a sudden they want to go do and research stuff. And they're like, oh, he's man, his house out in Willis for like, dude, he literally moved with his mom a half a mile from the daggum school.
Yeah.
Like you can't get no closer. Like it was like the school, the fence, and then a new housing community right there. Right.
Yeah.
And so, that part of it,
Yeah.
you can't really stop it, even though they tried, but everything's legit.
Yeah.
What can anybody
What are you
do?
gonna do? Yeah.
Yes. And now, Chase, I want to talk with you on this last point here of now carrying it over from the high school level to the collegiate level. We know obviously that there are opportunities with the transfer portal. We know that there's a lot more of a financial incentive in the NIL world at the collegiate level. So tell me, what is in your eyes the true value of playing time at the collegiate level?
Invaluable. Put it like this. We would get bounce backs from Georgia, these big name schools, and they're coming now. They didn't play their first 2 years, so now they're coming to UTEP or wherever they got to go. But they're looking at UTEP like I'm going to UTEP like negatively. Now you go get a productive guy at the D2 level that is just hungry to get to that next level. Never had a nutrition room, never had this that training staff. Stadium like the Sun Bowl never had that. And now they do. They're taking it, they're actually soaking it in, appreciating it. Just from that aspect, from a coach's level mindset, is one of the reasons you go value playing time in film, is not only from the mental aspect, but because like I said earlier, it's tangible. We can go, I can look on the field. I don't have to be projecting 2 years into college on a sophomore.
Right.
I know, okay, this guy scored 20 touchdowns. He had 12 sacks, whatever it may be at that D2 level. I can look at it, see it on film against other athletes. Yes, D2 level, but still college football. Don't have that at from a bounce back. Okay, so you're still kind of hoping they're going to turn into that. And, you really can't do that nowadays with the timeline of coaches and, the lifespan of a coach right now.
And now, Jay, I'll toss this over to you as well. Of now, talk a little bit too about that transfer portal aspect. Talk about that financial incentive of getting that hard playing time and playing experience at the collegiate level.
Yeah, I mean, especially for our guys that are not on that upper echelon, they're gonna get their chance. I think for me, getting on the being in this transfer portal OVs, I think the biggest thing that I noticed and recognized was the fact that when you get a kid on campus and you're doing the whole speed dating thing, like the ones that they're showing real love to, like the ones that they really want. They're not going to show that kind of love if a kid is coming and all they got is practice film.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I try to educate all of our guys. And Chase, you've been doing a phenomenal job, riding this thing with us now, with you being here for about 7-8 months now, trying to tell people you might want to go where you're going to play. Right. And I'm not selling wolf tickets here. Like my own kid is doing it. Right. Like what Biggie said, right. I'm not only, what did he say? Well, Biggie's the whole line. I'm not only the player, I'm also the player president, right? I mean, I'm living it through my son. So I'm also being a dad as well as an agent. Jalen could have went to Florida and followed up behind Lagway. Jalen could have went to a bigger school. Let's be real. As much as I love my kid, he probably would have 0 catches in the game right now. I think it's fair to say that, right, gents? If we're being real and open and real. Caught 20 balls as a true freshman last year, started 8 out of the 12 games.
Yeah.
He's now going to be one of the main guys coming in his sophomore year. So you get into play, which that should still be the thing.
100%.
Like, and that's the thing that I think people get lost in this. And I mean, the fact that we've had clients that said, I want to go to the highest bidder. And I'm like, but don't you still want to play?
Yeah. And the thing is, the portal's still alive. So you can, you can go play and then get there later. You know what I mean? Just go, go do it. and then the options are yours.
100%. And guess what, guys? If Jalen and I decide to let him stay at La Tech, he could have a 4-year career where he can say, I started 4 years in college.
And have a chance at the league. I've had guys at the FCS level that 1,000-yard receivers, All-Americans, freshman, sophomore year, took, pay the money, $150K to go school down in Texas to be a designated punt returner. Ended his dreams of actually going to the league, because scouts were like, we'd rather have him be at an FCS school 4 years in a row, 4-time All-American. Again, it's tangible.
100%, right? I mean, because like you look at La Tech's schedule, right? At LSU, and then we're all going to the game at Baylor. You're getting the P4.
Yeah.
And then they got Army after that, which you and I, Chase, have always said that the ACC or the AAC, excuse me, is really P5, if we're being real. It's just that those schools have been blocked because of politics.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not a bad conference. So, maybe correct me if I'm wrong. They're going to be on TV every game. Exactly.
The Sun Belt, because they've moved up 100%.
That's what I mean. So you're still getting TV time. You can still watch it. Go be watched. Don't be on the bench. Go get watched.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
I mean, that's the part. But yes, Jay, just going to kind of conclude that from a NIL agent perspective, yes, in order to get paid, you have got to go earn at those lower levels. Those group of 5 schools, you got to earn it first. You can't earn it if you're not on the field.
And what I love is if you can do it at Georgia, I know you can do it at
Right.
Go prove it. Go do
Right.
it. If you know you can do it there, come on, then a La Tech or whoever is going to be a piece of cake for you. Then.
Exactly. Because what happens is, and this is the part, Jake, that nobody talks about, they'll give out that stat, 10,000 guys in the transfer portal. Yeah, it's 10,000 dudes that ain't got no stats.
Yeah.
They ain't got no reps because they wanted to go big time. They wanted to, as they like to say, bet on themselves and all that. But you can still bet on yourself and still be intelligent, right?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like who walks in and plays Russian roulette with their life?
Yeah.
And that's what some of these people are doing, and they're not recognizing. Let's go somewhere that believes in me. The coach is going to give me all the chances in the world. Like, guys, I'll show you a text that I got, offline from the wide receiver coach, new wide receiver coach at La Tech, and what he said about Jalen.
Yeah.
It's different because if they're reaching out, and you know, Chase, being a former coach, tell me that y'all didn't have a list of certain guys to where you're like, hey, make sure y'all show love to these parents because.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we would write letters even if you're on the team, just to, keep the parent, like the three, the protects you Trinity. It's similar. You got to keep the parents involved too. So.
Right. And you do that for your main guys, And so that part of it is what I'm hoping for, our guys like CJ Jackson. I'm hearing great things already. Josiah Vermeil, hearing great things from our guys at Kansas State. They're already killing it up there. And that's great but they also had other offers. They had SEC offers, right? But Big 12, they're like, hey, you can come play now as a true freshman. Our guys are making the right decisions, right?
It's about the right fit. I think it's the right fit that matters, and we say it all the time on our consultations, it's not, we want to help you get recruited, but we want you to help you find that right fit so you can thrive. And wherever after that, when you thrive there, is up to you.
100%.
You're at the plate, go hit the home run.
Absolutely, y'all. All fantastic points. Love that y'all are able to elaborate on that, give a little bit more insight into the importance of a admittedly very divisive topic, but I think something that a lot of people are going to start to come around on and definitely are going to adapt to. With that, again, Chase, thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We are back in the studio, folks, for another exclusive interview with a member of the Protect You Crew 2027 class. This time, it's our guy, Dawson the Duke Campbell. Dawson, thank you for coming in, man. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir, for sure.
Of course.
Are you excited to be out?
Oh, I am.
Yeah. So like this morning when you woke up and got dressed, you're like, I'm gonna be on the podcast.
Well, I had workouts early, like 5 a.m. So
okay, so that was
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about that first. And
okay, so let me rephrase my question. So after workouts, you took a shower, then were you like, I'm about to be on the Protect You podcast?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I can tell.
Oh yeah.
I see the excitement. We just excited as Chase being on there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Figured.
Well, Dawson, the first question I gotta ask you before we dive real deep into it, I gotta know, where did the name Duke come from? I know that your dad loves to talk about it. You've begun to adapt and definitely taken on that nickname a lot stronger. But where did that come from?
I mean, I think a lot of my coaches, they just, they think it's like a badass middle name, whatever. Because that is my middle name. But
yeah,
it is.
So wait, hold on. So that's on your birth certificate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait. So your name is Dawson the Duke Campbell.
Yeah.
So your dad said the Duke.
Yes, sir.
It's not just Duke. It's Duke.
It's Duke. It's Duke. But I think it's just a cool little name to have, cool little nickname.
Yeah.
But
I agree. There's a lot of power behind it.
Yeah, it does.
It's like every time your dad makes the post, like I feel it. You know what I mean?
You feel it, yeah.
Dude, come on.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he's coming.
Uh-huh.
Like royalty is about to where we just got to salute and just all get out the way, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, man. Like Eddie Murphy on Coming to America. Am I showing my age? You never seen that movie?
No, I have not.
Do you even know who Eddie Murphy is?
Eddie Murphy? And
oh, dude.
Come on.
Hey, so
no way.
Oh, so I'm letting you know right now that you're going to have a reel made on you. Like this will be cut up and put on social media. You don't know who Eddie Murphy is? Dude,
I don't know Eddie Murphy.
How old am I?
Have you seen Shrek?
Oh, yeah.
He's Donkey.
Oh, he's the donkey actor.
Yes.
I got you.
He's Donkey in Shrek. He's
Jake, that's a terrible.
Look, I'm trying to relate here. I know that.
So now you're getting cut up. You know you're going to be a part of this as well. How you going to say Eddie Murphy and go straight to the donkey in a cartoon?
I'm trying to relate here. I know he was in
you ever seen the movie
Beverly Hills Cop?
You ever seen Daddy Daycare?
Yeah.
The original.
Eddie Murphy's in Daddy Daycare as him as a human being in the movie.
Beverly Hills Cop? Axel F?
He's not seen that.
I'm too young for all that.
Yeah.
Come on now.
But he's seen Daddy Daycare.
Yeah, I've seen Daddy Daycare.
Jake. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Oh,
hey, Dr. Doolittle.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. Look at Chase coming in the clutch, baby.
From the top rope.
In the green
top
room.
rope brings in Dr. Doolittle.
This dude went straight to Shrek.
The Shrek donkey.
Hey, so now it's going to be on here. I like how you put it back on Jake.
Yeah. Come on now.
Oh, man, I can't wait for Carlin to cut this up.
Moving on. The the reason we have you on here, man, is to talk about this football journey that you've been going on as of late, gearing up and getting ready for your senior season where you do have those opportunities to go and play at the collegiate level. But before we dive deep into that, tell us a little bit about what your personal football journey looked like and the major events that led up to where we are now.
Yeah. I mean, first and foremost, I want to give thanks to my Savior Jesus Christ, and just giving me the opportunity and blessing me with being here with y'all and working with y'all. But growing up, I was always baseball. I played baseball all my life pretty much, and then ended up throwing the flags on, played a little flag football here and there. Then I went to tackle football, and after the first year of tackle football, I haven't looked back since then. I've just fell in love with the game.
So the first time you hit though, like, and when you felt that tackle, was it like
It just felt good.
You're like,
It felt electric. I'm like, okay,
right.
yeah, like this is my sport.
yeah.
This is what I'm meant to do.
You like to hell with them flags.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, did you start out playing the position you're in right now? Did you start out playing that DB outside linebacker position when you were first getting into the game?
I actually did not. So growing up, I was a receiver and running back for a long time. Just I always had the ball in my hands. I was just always the playmaker with the ball in my hands. But growing up, going into high school and things like that, I eventually got moved into the safety outside linebacker position, and I feel like that's where I thrive at. Coming down, playing in the run, playing in the box, making tackles. I feel like that's what I'm best at.
Okay, and you fell in love with the game there. And just like all of us, right, being former players, like there was always people that we like to watch on TV or so which players, that you look up to and either try to mimic your game against or just kind of use as inspiration?
Oh yeah. Growing up, Tavon Austin, that highlight tape. Ooh. Come on,
bro. Hey,
come on,
dog. I gotta tell you the story. I was at the Oklahoma game, right? My old bosses, right, were big OU fans. And every year they would take me to a road game. So we decided to go to West Virginia. This is when Geno Smith was at quarterback. Tavon Austin was at running back / receiver / everything. Bro, this dude by himself, you look it up.
Playmaker.
Bro, he had by himself over 300 yards.
Yeah.
By himself.
Ridiculous. And, I used to watch that highlight tape about every day.
Bro.
Playing receiver and stuff. But, got moved to safety, got moved to linebacker. I'm like, I can't really watch the tape before the game. But this year playing both sides, I'll definitely be turning on that tape before the game, getting hyped up for that.
Ooh, wait, hold on. So we got a little breaking news on the Protect You podcast. The Duke will be playing defense and offense this year. So two-way starter, or are we gonna be like Deion Sanders, come in and catch some balls and go back to the side?
Yeah, I'll mainly be primarily on defense, but I'll spot play a little wildcat here and there on offense. So that'll be some fun, score some touchdowns.
We should have had him come in when we had 15-6A district.
Oh my God, that would have been
Cash Farrell could have looked him in his eyes.
Chance
Green. Yeah. Oh, dude, we had all of them. We had Ian Johnson, the running back. Yeah. It might have been a brawl to break out if the Duke would have come in, telling everybody, hey, y'all salute me before you speak to me. Dude, David, love your dad.
Yeah.
Never forget the first time we met with them, Zoom with them, and just the energy and the passion, that he has, and love that he has for you.
Yeah.
Right. But how inspirational has, your mom and your dad been in your life, like literally leading up to this point?
Yeah. So, both my parents, they give me so much support throughout this whole journey. And, I'm just very blessed for it. I work with y'all because of them, like they make it happen. And so, it's just honestly, truly a blessing that both of them put in their time and effort for me, for my dream and for me to succeed in life.
Yeah. Dang, man. I felt that.
Yeah.
I felt that, man. And that's so true.
I mean it.
That's so
Comes
true.
from the heart.
Yeah. No, I can tell.
Yes,
I can tell, man. And for you to be such a young man, because I was young and dumb. I didn't even recognize it until I was a fully grown adult, being like, "Oh, hey, mom, dang, dad, y'all did a lot."
Uh-huh.
Like, Because you start seeing, especially when I got kids now and I got to pay bills. I'm like,
You don't truly recognize it till you start growing up a little bit.
yeah, but you seem to kind of be more of an old soul to where like
Old soul?
you actually recognize it.
Yeah.
You recognize it
A little
man.
bit.
Yeah. So, but no, that's awesome, and just getting to talk to your folks and getting to see that definitely see that they appreciate the fact that you don't take it for granted.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Without a doubt.
Absolutely. And you talked about too partnering up with Protection United and the opportunities that has led to. But from your perspective, how has it been partnering with Protection United, and what doors has that really opened up, whether that's with recruiting or with playing opportunities at the next level? What has that looked like from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, before y'all, I was nobody. I had no offers, no rankings, no nothing. And after partnering with y'all, and y'all just really make it all happen. To be honest, I mean, I feel like I just have to focus on being a ball player out there. That's it. I focus on being a ball player. Y'all handle the rest. Y'all talk to the coaches for me. I come into a camp, they already know my name.
Yeah.
They know my name because of y'all. And it's like I just get to do my part on the field, and y'all handle the rest. That's about it.
I will say you make it easy for us, bro.
Yes,
sir.
I get nothing but positive feedback from Big J, right, in regards to social media, from Logan, right, you being attentive, when it comes to watching film and meeting with him. Obviously, I know you've been working with Jake, right, so
Yes,
he praised your name. And then of course Chase,
Yeah.
right, we work with some interesting people, and sometimes there's that always that all positive feedback.
Yeah.
So I'm on a live show letting you know I'm not blowing smoke because you're here, right? And,
Yes, sir.
my guys in the green room are looking like, yeah, Jay speaking facts, because it's true, right? You make it easy for us to be able to stand on the table and go talk to college coaches on your behalf, because as you know, it's relationship based, right?
Yeah.
And these coaches are relying on us to make sure we're not bringing them somebody that's going to screw them over once they get on, a college campus. So appreciate the kind words, but I wanted to throw it back to you, right?
sir.
Because you truly do everything the right way. You're a very remarkable young man, and we're honored to be representing you.
Yes, sir.
And hey, man, last question that we got to ask you here. We always like to talk a little bit about the personalities and the different things that our guys like to do when they're away from the game. So we got to ask, man, what are some of the things that you like to do away from football? When you get to take the helmet off, you get to take the pads off, you get some time to yourself.
And it's clearly not watching Eddie Murphy movies.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, Jake, you should invite him over, by the way, to
No
your
strike
house.
donkey.
Yeah, so,
Come on now.
dude, that's bad. You should invite him over on Sundays for your movie.
Oh, for movie nights, yeah.
That's what he does on Sunday nights now. He doesn't play basketball with me and Chase anymore.
We were
He
on
decides to go. You shouldn't. I start with
We
Shrek,
don't start with Shrek.
but you can take him through
No.
Eddie Murphy movies.
Where do you think you want to start at? We can do Coming to America. We
Oh,
can
you got what you mean? You have to start there.
trade. He was in Trading Places as
Ooh.
well.
Well, but the Duke is too young. For
True for Trading Places.
Jamie Lee Curtis doesn't stay
You're
dressed
not.
the whole time.
No, she does not. But back to you, Dawson. What do you like to do away from football when you have time to yourself? What do you like to do?
I mean, away from the game I love, I used to be a gamer back in the day.
Okay.
Throwing a little Minecraft, a little Fortnite here and there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I've kind of stepped away from the gaming a little bit. But especially during football season, I love hunting and
Okay.
fishing and things like that. Very outdoorsy, and football does make it hard to do some of those things,
Yeah.
like hunting, because it's in the season
Yeah.
while it's going on. But after a Friday night game or something, I'll head up to my ranch and always have a good time up there.
I like
Nice.
that. It's like the Duke, my ranch.
My ranch.
I love that all in this one sentence. So Big J does that too. I think he's going with his dad one weekend for that, because during the season it's kind of tough. But he's going to go watch a football game and they're going to go do some stuff. But it seems like every kid in y'all's district is all either hunting or fishing.
Really?
Yes.
Everybody talked about that, right?
Yes, I've mentioned that several times in doing the mock interviews with the guys. I was like, man, if I had a
Big
nickel
hunters.
for every time I heard hunting or fishing,
How much money would you have, Jake?
I probably wouldn't need this job anymore. I hear it that
Off of a nickel.
I hear it that often.
Holy moly! Even with after
But-
taxes.
Now, after taxes, that may eliminate a lot of
Yeah,
that
yeah.
income. But either way, it's still very
Yeah.
staggering to me to hear just the sheer amount of, I like to go hunting. I like to go
Yeah.
spend that time outdoors. But hey,
Yeah.
to each their own. I like to hear that.
Uh-huh.
Hey, so now last question for me. Is the Duke on the market, or does he have a queen?
Am I on the market?
This guy.
We'll just say I'm playing the patient game here. We'll just say I'm trusted in God's timing. We're gonna wait.
You know what? We call that here the Addie Farrell effect.
That's a great answer.
Addie is like, you know what? I'm gonna wait until I find that perfect gentleman that can keep my attention. I like that, Duke. There is nothing wrong with that. That's actually a compliment.
Yes, sir.
Addie's blushing in the green room, but that's a compliment. Like, you should. Hey, the Bible says, treat your body like a temple.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
There it is.
100%.
The Duke in the studio live.
Yes, we were very happy to have that interview, man. Love the personality. Love the way that you said all the stuff you did.
I can't wait to watch you ball out.
Yes,
this year.
we are very excited.
I'm so hyped up.
Is looking like.
Yes. Now we're going to have a fantasy league here.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes,
so you putting out nuggets about also getting some reps on offense. It's going to make me, Jake,
draft me. Come on now.
me, Jake, Chase, and Big J. You have now moved up on some draft boards.
Oh yeah.
Because we get points on both sides.
I'll throw a couple touchdowns up there.
Ooh.
I'll throw a couple here and there.
Ooh, hey, imagine getting a touchdown pass from the linebacker. Wow, bro, you've actually made yourself draftable.
Yeah.
In our 4-man protect you fantasy.
Very, very enticing option, man.
Mhm.
Well, thank you again for these great moments, these great nuggets here, and the great information about you, man. Like we said, we're very excited for what this upcoming season has in store for you. We'll be there for every step of the way.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all having me on. It was an honor.
Awesome, brother. Appreciate you.
Man. Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Damn, he just left. Bye-bye.
But anyways, folks, let's continue to transition farther and farther into this one as we move over to a little bit of crew in the news, as well as just a couple of months after arriving on campus at Kansas State, CJ Jackson has already lined up his first NIL deal with none other than Fairway Auto Brokers in Alabama. We're very excited for that opportunity for him, and we'd like to congratulate him on that new opportunity and the new ride.
Hey, look here, man. So happy for CJ. This kid just got on campus in June. Already got an NIL deal, man. Like, love it when, you know, we can start helping him get to where he wants, right? You know, and a big shout out, right, to Mama, you know, Mr. and Mrs. Jackson. You know, they were like, hey, Jay, we got a dealership that wants to talk some business. They brought it to us. We negotiated the deal. Next thing you know, we're getting the truck shipped up, right, to Manhattan, and here we are.
Yes, we're very excited for that. Congratulations to you, man. We know there's a lot of hard work that went into that process, and so we're happy to see it all pay out in the end. Let's move on over now and talk a little bit about some of the birthdays that we need to highlight as well. Let's start off here by highlighting a little bit more of that early August action with our guy, King Lag, Jamal Lagway, who celebrated his birthday on August 3rd. And then let's also shout out our guy, Corbin Schmeckel, who celebrated his birthday on August 5th. Happy birthday to the many members of the Protect You crew, and especially to our guys, Jamal and Corbin. We'd like to remind everybody that this episode of the Protect You podcast is sponsored by Game One. Looking to elevate your game? At Game One, we come alongside your team to provide custom uniforms, apparel, and equipment built for performance and delivered with unmatched service. Plus, our online team and fan stores make it easy for athletes and parents to get custom gear anywhere, anytime. Visit game-1.com today to learn more, because your team deserves the best. We are back in here, folks, for another exclusive interview, this time with the man, Big J, as we had a tremendous opportunity recently to talk about a content capture session, which we have dubbed the Fuel Edition.
Big J, before we jump into that, though, you see how the Duke just walked off the set?
I love it.
Me too. Hey, don't. If you're royalty, that's what you do.
It's called having presence. I think the kids call it having aura.
Yes.
These days, right?
Hey, he was like, the hell with y'all's script.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Let's get out of here.
Bye. And bounce.
Hey, how you doing? Keep it moving.
Hey, did you see how he had his chest out too?
Love it.
Walk with confidence. I was like, damn.
Powerful.
Anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and roll some of the photos and the video that we have from the recent content capture session at Balance Foods.
Afternoon meetings, and I just want to turn my camera off, right? I don't want to mess. And then last but not least, I have to come here. Balanced turkey chili. Guys, look at that. Once again, the ground turkey meat. Afternoon meetings, and I just want to turn my camera off, right? I don't want to mess. And then last but not least, I have to come here. Balanced turkey chili. Guys, look at that. Once again, the ground turkey meat. You got the cheese, chili, the beans. So delicious. This is the only meal you don't need a spoon. I mean, a fork for. You got to have a spoon. Take your time and eat it, guys. Let it sit in. I highly recommend getting the large size. Don't get the small or the medium because you're going to be disappointed because you're going to still be hungry. So, I just gave you guys a tour of what Jay's favorite meals are here at Balanced Foods.
And that was just a little bit of a taste of what Balanced Foods had to offer for our excellent content capture session, where we were able to get a lot of photos, a lot of videos, and a lot of interviews with the members of the Protect You crew. I was staggered by the amount of participation that we saw, and I loved the hospitality there. But Big J, from your perspective, man, how great of an opportunity was it to have this type of an organic content capture session?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, anytime, again, we talked about the functional content with the cryotherapy, the freeze edition, but this is, again, nutrition is such a important piece of the puzzle when it comes to being an athlete. And I think we know so much more about how important nutrition is compared to like coming up. Right. Like I think in my day, it was just like, well, make sure you hydrate, make sure you take care of it, and then go to the cafeteria, get you some of those Clucks Deluxe sandwiches, you know what I'm talking about? Now it's a lot more of a intuitive process, right? Like you know that you have to take care of what you eat off the field to be able to train the way you need to in the gym and to be able to perform the way you need to in the field. And so getting the athletes out there to go over this and to, educate them about nutrition, have a little fun with the nutrition Jeopardy as well, I think was very fun, very important just to help them get set up for success going into the season.
Absolutely. And I like too that you gave in that quick little shout out to our own Alex Trebek. Madison Lamb had to host the nutrition Jeopardy, but it was a blast all around. Got to talk and delve a little bit into the importance and the knowledge aspects that come along with nutrition, because like you said, man, it's all about the way that you refuel in between all of those. And again, I got to give a great shout out to Balanced Foods for being a very gracious host, coming in, having some of those talking points as well about educating and the ways that you should be focusing on your diet. And Jay, I know you've been a huge fan of what Balanced Foods has been doing. So again, I give you a lot of credit as well of helping to organize this whole thing.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I mean, like I was able to actually eat some this morning. I had the breakfast tacos, which was phenomenal. Lunch yesterday, I think it was like the pulled pork. They got a new deal out, pulled pork with some pasta, but it was good. It's good, and yes, Balanced Foods has been great, for us, and I love too, Big J, that y'all actually wanted to do, a nutrition type deal, this kind of round. I like how y'all are mixing it up for these quarterly content shoots.
Yeah, I think it was very important to kind of set the foundation. And nutrition, make no mistake about it, is the foundation as we head into the season. And then obviously there's other piece of it where we don't want to be super active as we're about to get into fall camp. Like, can you imagine the calls that we would have gotten if we're out there like doing a photo shoot on a field somewhere, somebody gets hurt?
Oh, yeah. Damn, when you put it that way.
Great.
I mean,
right there.
Nutrition is, again, very important, and we knew we weren't going to get anybody hurt. Getting meals and educating them about how important that is.
Yeah. You know what? Now it makes sense why during the production you instantly were like, yeah, we're not doing that. I was like, I wonder why he went so hard on that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude. Ooh.
I know you don't want those calls. So
no, sir. No, sir. No. Good call, Big J.
We're keeping athletes healthy, not just with what we do, but also with what we're educating them on.
Yeah,
right? It's a two-step process.
Yeah, well, and it's funny too because as we also released another reel where like you're going beyond. I mean, y'all are doing like Pilates, and you got guys that are getting that. I mean, bro, what are we doing here?
Yeah, got to go hang out with Yul Everline and see what his day kind of looks like. Pilates is Not something that I experienced growing up, but I mean, with the flexibility, it's so important. I mean, that was for me why I picked up jujitsu when I was a young athlete. Now, it was partially because I saw George St. Pierre and Matt Hughes fight, and I was like, I want to do something like that. But I mean, there's like martial arts like Taekwondo, things like that that help you with flexibility. Pilates is a great example because the best ability is availability, and staying flexible, staying loose keeps you from pulling muscles. So it was great to see that and see a different approach to staying on the field.
Wow. BJ dropping bars.
That's,
Wow.
that's why we have him on, man. He has that great insight. He has that great knowledge when it comes to all of these aspects, man. But Jay, thank you for coming on, giving a little bit of that insight as well as we move over to just one more event that we also had over the last weekend.
Hey everyone, it's DJ Lagway. I am inviting all of Montgomery County to come out and join us for the Lagway Foundation Back to School Bash. The first 300 students will receive school supplies, so be sure to get there early. Come to MLK Park in Willis, Texas from 12 to 3 p.m. Enjoy the fun, and let's get ready for an amazing school year together. We can't wait to see you there.
That was, of course, our guy, DJ Lagway, as the Lagway Foundation had its back to school backpack and school supply giveaway over in Willis, Texas. And Jay, you and I were both there for it. And to see the amount of community outpour and the amount of just sheer love for that Willis area was staggering.
Yeah, man. Obviously DJ has always had a giving heart and always wanted to give back to the community. And it's so funny to even like see this because I still remember the same young man that after his senior football banquet, breaking down tables and helping people clean up. And I'm like, how many 5-star athletes do you see doing it? So this for me is just the norm of what DJ's always wanted to do and give back. But yeah, great event. The backpacks, right? Giving free backpacks to these kids back in school, and every one of them had so many different designs and different things. And yeah, just honored to have been a part of this.
Absolutely. And even talking about too, just again, that community outreach aspect, having the fire department come in and talk with the kids as well about the importance of fire safety. It just drives home that sheer community that's out there in the Willis area. And I love that DJ has such that great giving heart and is always willing to give back to that next generation of guys.
No, exactly, man. And he has so many kids, that look up to him, and it was just really cool to, like I said, see them being able to come pick out. Of course, there's Mama Lag and the man himself, Derek, got the new Baylor jersey on.
Yes, he did.
There we
Yes,
go.
he did.
Yeah, we got our money shot with him. But I like the new Baylor jersey. I like it. It looks good. But yeah, no, great event, man. Fun to be out there. And as you saw, man, it just, a lot of people, it's like you hear DJ Lagway, you're going to get that support from the community. I think my favorite part, though, was that the kids actually had a lot of choices to choose from the backpack.
You had
Because
options.
when you have those, it could be just a backpack. It might have said DJ Lagway on it. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with that, right? The saying is still true. Beggars can't be choosers, right? But the fact that they had 10, 12 different options where people could actually go as if they were truly going shopping, right? Without having to throw a credit card on the table. Just speaks once again, about the Lagway Foundation and truly how much not only they want to give back to the community, but how much that they care, right? And I think that's just another deeper layer of showing how much they care.
Absolutely. And I want to drive home too that they were prepared for as many people that came out there as possible. I was out there early and that first wave of people came in and they got all of those bags off the tables. And I'm like, well, man, we still got more people here. Sure enough, they dropped the trailer and there is an entire trailer still filled with backpacks that they just keep bringing them out. So no matter how many people got out there, they always had more. They always wanted to have that opportunity to brighten up a kid's future by giving them that backpack, giving them those school supplies. And you saw they even had the grill going out there too.
Oh, well, hey, look, it ain't a Lagway event if that pit ain't going, baby. I'm just letting you know, right? I mean, that's could be some of the best brisket you ever eat in your life out there. But getting back to your point, though, even when it was time to shut down, right? Because as you transitioned out, I transitioned in to kind of help, work the backside of it. It was still a good number of backpacks that they had loaded in the trailer. So to your point, they over prepared. But I mean, do you expect anything less when you got a Nicky Lagway, a Derek Lagway, and a DJ Lagway, Jamal Lagway involved, right?
Yes.
You know, obviously Derek's brother was out there as well. You know, but it was just great, just a great overall experience, and it was awesome.
Yes, had the DJ going as well, getting people involved. It was just a great opportunity to go back and show off those charitable aspects that has grown so deeply, not just within Derek Lagway, DJ Lagway, and all of that family, but as well in the Willis community. Tremendous opportunity for that. But with that, y'all, that brings an end to another episode of the Protect You podcast. It was a great one, talking about a Dave Campbell's article, talking about more offers coming in, a great in-depth discussion with our guy Chase, getting that interview in with Dawson Campbell, and then, of course, talking with our guy Big J about those content capture opportunities and some charitable options as well. All of it rounds out a great episode of the Protect You podcast. But everyone, if you liked what you saw here, be sure to head on over to the Protection United YouTube channel and make sure that you click subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified every single time we go live. Your support truly does mean the most. But with that, y'all, I have been Jake Wilson, as always, alongside the man, Jay Mickens. Our excellent producer was Justin Woods, and we will catch you all on the next one.